Hey Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There is a full moon lunar eclipse coming up in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, colleagues, connections, and personal gains. What might this mean for you? We're going to dive in, talk some astrology, pull some tarot, and find out. So keep watching. So Taurus, welcome to the channel or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. So this full moon lunar eclipse on September 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world, is conjunct Neptune. It's, of course, which rules Pisces. So moon conjunct Neptune, full moon, illuminating where we may have been illusioned, or perhaps we're going to be delusional, or we're going to confront some delusions and illusions in our lives. For you, it may have to do with what are you gaining from certain friendships and associations. Full moons are illuminating the writing on the wall. They can bring endings, full moon lunar eclipses. So there could be a shift in the wrapping up, the achievement of some sort of goal, a dream, a wish that you have been wanting to manifest. Depending on your personal situation, there also could be, well, this isn't going to work out. Let me cut my losses and run. Taurus, you tend to be very pragmatic and practical, even in personal relationships. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. And with Mercury now in Virgo, which is your 5th house of love and romance, you could be absolutely very much about, the pros and cons list. What am I getting? What am I gaining out of this association? Is it worth it to continue to be connected with this, specific person or this group of people? Am I really gaining anything from it? And also in practical terms, since the 11th house does rule personal gains like money, is the investment of time, money, energy appropriate, or is it no longer appropriate? Is it past its sell-by date? Saturn has also been in this 11th house for you for a while. He's still going to be in there not till the end of 2025. He's still going to go back and forth in this 11th house. He'll go into Aries for a little bit in 2025, but he'll be back. He'll be back in that house. But it's the type of thing where you have been facing some restrictions, some delays, some hard truths, perhaps, about people in your life. Now, these are not usually close people. This is more like your network, colleagues, kind of people in the larger realm of your life. But you could also have been wanting to make more connections and could have been feeling stymied and blocked from doing so. So this full moon lunar eclipse may put an end to that type of situation. It is possible there could be news, Mercury, 5th house, sudden stroke of luck, taking a risk that maybe you may, depending on what you got going on in your personal life, maybe there could be some good news of some sort of personal good luck headed your way that forever changes your life. And now this doesn't mean we go rushing off to the casino with our life savings or buying 50 bazillion lottery tickets or anything like that. But, it could be the type of thing, too, where the universe finally removes a delay or block or restriction from you meeting the right person at the right time that you need to fulfill a certain objective in your life. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean romantic. It could be something else, like you need the right lawyer, you need the right therapist, you need the right real estate agent, whatever, right? So it can be something like that. Remember, full moons bring something to a head, to a climax. It releases, and then we can end some sort of chapter in order to begin another. So this full moon lunar eclipse, although it is not conjunct Saturn's still nearby in Pisces, could remove a block to you finding the right person to get something accomplished in your life. Usually with eclipses, full moon lunar eclipses, if something ends, it's done. So if there is some sort of problem with a friend and you're just like over it, think carefully. Again, use your pro-con list. See if it's worth it to still invest in the friendship. But because if you decide that you're done, you're going to be done. I mean, you're kind of like that anyway. Like, it takes a lot for a Taurus to be done, but once you're done, you are done. But you'll be done with this full moon lunar eclipse, with a friendship, if this applies to your situation. All right, Taurus, lovelies. We're going to start out with this deck. I'll leave a link to it in the description of the video. And this is a shadow and light, which is very appropriate for a full moon lunar eclipse, I think. So let's see what we have for you. It's just kind of overall energetic vibe, and then we'll pull some tarots. See what we need to know for you, Taurus. All right, what do we have? Oh, we have offended and enlightened. So this is interesting. It's kind of like the shadow and light is like two sides of the same coin. So if you're offended by something that a friend, a colleague, the universe brings to your doorstep with this full moon lunar eclipse, it really is to serve some sort of enlightenment for you, which probably is going to be, get out of here, get rid of this, move along. Okay, because sometimes, here's the thing too, and I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart. I have Mercury in Taurus, so among other planetary placements. So sometimes it takes an eclipse to move fixed energy and get us off the fence, off the sofa, type energy to release something out of our little graspy fixed sign hands. So there could be something that, again, like, it's probably happened before. You've probably been offended, but there could be something else that it's just so in your face. That's a full moon eclipse that you can't ignore it anymore. But the purpose of it is to serve as this enlightenment, that epiphany. Maybe, why did I put up with this for so long? Or, wow, this person is really like this. That is what they think of me. I didn't realize maybe it was that extreme. Good Lord. Like something like that. All right, let's see. But whatever is going to get revealed is going to serve an enlightenment or awakening purpose from the energy that we have here in this card. All right, so let's see what we got. And if you're offended by it, don't try to brush that under the rug. It's okay to be offended. It's information, right? Anything we're feeling emotionally is information for us to look at. Doesn't mean we lash out or, react or overreact, but it is there for us to examine. All right, Taurus, let's see what we have for you. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's something you haven't been wanting to look at. You probably did see it, but then you put the blinders back on. Knight of Cups. Hierophant in your heart. You are being guided and led to what to do with this situation. 8 of Wands. You're going to get out of it fast. And the 5 of Wands. But you'll probably have second thoughts about it. Or they may try to, I'm sorry, I've got a cat hair. They may try to kind of suck you back in. There may be an internal struggle. 5 here, 5 here. So this is interesting energies happening with this offended and enlightened. I mean, you have the power of truth and enlightenment, the guide here in your heart. So there is a lesson learned. There is a lesson learned here about probably giving too many chances, Two of Swords, because you didn't want to deal with it. And that's fine. Sometimes we just don't want to deal with something. You let something slide. Now, the Knight of Cups here is interesting. So it could have been more of a friend association than necessarily a colleague. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It could be too that somebody is going to try to apologize, but I think you're going to move on from it. Okay, so that's possible here. The Knight of Cups can also be something, yes, could be romantic, but 11th house usually isn't romance. It could also be something like you did creatively or artistically, and somebody, said something nasty, or like a group of artists, writers, creators, or some sort of group like that, healers, intuitives, something like that, very cupsy, that maybe you were involved with. And again, maybe the energy vibe, maybe they're trying to be all kumbaya, Knight of Cups, like, we all love each other, but meanwhile, there's some snipey snakes in the grass. And again, maybe you were coming at it from that Cups energy, and again, you were letting it slide, even though you were kind of sensing, why am I letting this slide? But you didn't deal with it. Okay, it's fine. And again, we're not blaming you. It's just sometimes we don't want to deal with stuff. It's okay. But I think your feelings, Knight of Cups, whatever goes on with this, like your feelings are going to be brought to the surface. And I think there could be, again, there could be a little bit of a flash of anger. This is the Leo energy, the 8 of Wands, but it is also an escape energy. It is like pedal to the metal, burn rubber on me. I used to love that song. Oh my God, if you know that song, put it in the comments. Who did that song? Burn rubber on me. Okay, so you're out of there. You are out of there in your little sports car and you're gone, baby, gone. Like, so again, it's like Taurus. I love Taurus energy. It's so interesting because again, it's like you have a long fuse. Like you give chances, ruled by Venus. Like you don't want like to just be mean or whatever. I mean, you could be stubborn. That's Mercury and Taurus would be stubborn, but you're not mean. You do put up with stuff, but then eventually it's like you do have that epiphany, right? This epiphany, and you bring it back to yourself. Look at the Hierophant, and these two cards are very similar. Look at this with the colors. Look at this. So you're going to have that spiritual epiphany, and it is related to you because here's the Taurus energy with the Hierophant. It's like there's this spiritual awakening that brings it back to your own emotions and your own self, something you've been denying about this, how you've been feeling, and no more. Like I said, you're going to be gone, baby, gone with that 8 of Wands, but we have the 5 of Wands after it. So you may still have some, I call this like spinning your wheels, like kind of conflicting energies. You may kind of have to talk yourself out of going back to the scene of the crime, so to speak. Again, the scene of the energy, because you may still be kind of torn about it a little bit. But I do think it's the right thing for you to just kind of move on and fast and not debate about it too much, because you do know what the truth is. This full moon lunar eclipse is going to show you very, very clearly. So this 5 of Wands, interesting. I'm not sure. I kind of want to pull another card. Let me pull. I want to shuffle. I want to see what this 5 of Wands is going to lead into. Because I mean, it could be your energy, but I'm feeling like it also could be somebody who's fighting to try to get you back in some way. Whether like they're trying to get in your good graces again, but it could be manipulative. So let's see. 5 of Wands. 6 of Swords, yeah. Okay. This is the look. We have 2 moving on cards here. The quick, like you take quick action and you just cut it off at the pass. They come back trying to get your attention. And this 5 of Wands is so interesting in this deck to me because it looks like, 5 different versions of the same person. So they may try 5 different tactics. They may try to show you, like, narcissists do that. They'll try to be a victim. Then they'll try to cry the crocodile tears. Then they'll try to be nasty. Then they'll try to be nice and complimentary. Like they try all these different things to try to, get you back in. So that's kind of what I'm feeling with this. But you already left. This is the thing. But here they are, still coming back around, trying different tactics. But you're, again, gone, baby, gone. 6 of Swords. Your mind is resolute. And again, once a Taurus makes up their mind, including Mercury and Taurus. Okay, when a Taurus energy firmly sets their course of action and has made up their mind, they do not change it. Like, they just don't. You don't. I mean, I don't know. Leo, would a Leo change? Leo is stubborn too. I mean, all the fixed signs are. I think if I had to rank them, you'd be first, then Scorpio, then Aquarius, then Leo, in terms of stubborn level. I mean, you can argue with me in the comments if you want. I'm just saying. Okay. And again, stubborn is not necessarily a bad thing. Stubborn can sometimes save you because they can't manipulate you. Once you have made up your mind and you are stubborn and resolute and determined, this energy cannot reel you back in and hurt you. So I think this is very interesting. And again, this ties in with the full moon lunar eclipse energy of when it's done, it is done. So Taurus, leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on for you at this full moon lunar eclipse. Sometimes it's better to just move along and have your own internal epiphany with that Hierophant than to even get into some sort of discussion with somebody. Just remove yourself, right? Once that writing's on the wall and you see the story that, you've been trying to ignore, just move along would be my advice. No use getting into some sort of verbal altercation or anything like that, or allowing yourself to stick around for too long and, for them to have to deal with their manipulative tactics. That's no fun either, right? I mean, you can deal with it, but why should you? Just move along. So let me know what's going on for you. I'd love to hear. And if you feel so inclined and found the video valuable, if you could hit that thumbs up or share it with a friend, doing so really helps out my channel and shows YouTube that it's valuable content, and it's a win-win for everybody, and it really helps me out. So thank you if you do that. I really appreciate it. All right, Taurus, I love you guys. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.